worked as a, auditioning for different sets and things like that when I was like 9 years old. I was working at auditioning at Universal movie studios. I was doing all that kind of stuff when I was a young kid, and just so happened I decided to write songs at the age of 14. So I had already been into videos. I think it was what's his name? He sings I don't want to say that song, but he sings Gil Scott Heron. I was in his video. What else? Who else was I in the video with? Um, as a kid, I was in the Columbiana, the beginning of the movie Columbiana. I was like the 9-year-old that was talking about her parents getting killed. I didn't hear all that. I didn't hear all that stuff about what was going to be in the movie. They just wanted me to audition for that part, which I see I got. Then I went to what else was that? I think that was it. I think that was it as a 9-year-old because my dad he ended up going to jail or something, prison. But I always had I was real intelligent coming up, as far as seeing everything. Kind of like when Tupac would always see stuff before it happened. I don't know if somebody schooled him in on that, but he was smart. He could tell when something wasn't right. What else? What else? So by me growing up and things like that. Oh yeah, yeah. And I did had a little a part. Well, I didn't have a part. They used my picture on Rock. Was that what it's called? It was called Rock. Yeah, they used my picture as a backdrop on Rock. Let's see. They just had different stuff, that I would use, and then of course I would model and things like that. But what I wanted to tell you guys is that I started recording on my own. I just, as being in that kind of environment and in between the athletics at the boys club as a teenager in the summertime, if I didn't want to go to summer school, that's what I put my mind to. I would write songs. And that's what I did. I just decided to write songs. I wrote it clearly for people enjoyment, not because I would make money off of it. I wrote it for people enjoyment and I wanted to put it out there. It had nothing to do with money. I wanted money, of course, because growing up, getting older. But honey, I worked all the time, so it didn't bother me. And I also could train and what do you call that? Um, help someone into the field because I've been in there so long. And I got to see a lot of things about people that didn't want to work and they just wanted to take from others, and you know, uh, I don't know. They do their thing, but yeah, well, I got the neighbor's cat here, but I had the most dramatic childhood because of what I had experienced, and being in movie and film and stuff like that. I knew how to act. I knew how um to focus on one thing, as if it came within a couple of hours, or within 3 or 4 hours, I could write a song and it would be something that all I need to do is put the tune to it. Would it be like a 1 2 3 like Motown, or would it be like a R&B? I could actually do that. So I wanted to tell you guys that I remembered that I first worked and went and auditioned at Universal Music Studios. Universal, what do you call it? Motion picture. Universal Motion Pictures. That was where I first started at. I didn't start off singing, and then of course they had me like doing as a 9-year old doing being in videos as one of the kids in the videos and things like that. So that was a good time in my life, you know, and so I used that to write songs. I took that on my own to write songs. Later on, I used to think about that. I said, you know what? I really had a good time at that time. I'm going to take that life that I grew up in, and I'm going to use it as an adult persona, or as a teen persona, you know, as a teen and as a 18-year-old, as a 20-year-old. I use those songs. I use that kind of um, experience that I got at Universal Motion Movies. I used that growing up, even though I wasn't still in it. But when I turned 14, I realized that I was in it because, of course, I was working for Geffen Records. We were cleaning Disco 9000, so of course. But yeah. So I actually had a vision in mind when I wrote these songs, and of course, everybody loves them. Shake It Off, Vision of Love, We Belong Together, Crazy in Love, Me, Myself, and I. Once in a Lifetime. Didn't nobody, too many people like that song though. They claim. But they put it in the Etta James bio anyway. And then some songs that I wrote, they wouldn't be good songs, but then they could go into a movie. Which was always, that was cool. You know, it wasn't like I wrote the songs and didn't get any what do you call, any kind of publicity of the songs. Every song that I wrote had publicity. And also you see on there, they have songs they have like little shorts of people singing, using the songs and things like that. They were doing that. They were putting those kind, what was it? My chain of thought went. They were putting those kind of things in commercials back then. So my songs I'm recording on, they would sometimes be in the background of a commercial. And although back in the day, back in the 70s, that's how they did it. You wouldn't hear it. You wouldn't really realize it unless it was you that was singing the song or on the song. But yeah, they had they have music in the background of the commercials. And even though the person that's listening to the commercial didn't hear it, they be there. The song be there, and you're supposed to get paid for that. See, you guys didn't know that, huh? Now you'll hear a song on a commercial and it'll be loud, and you hear the person singing all loud and stuff like that. Not back then. Back in the late 70s, at least, they would have commercials. People, you probably in the 60s too, but I'm not sure. But they would have people on that would put your music in the background of commercials, just like they do the people that do piano and guitar. They put them on the back of the music. They do the same thing. They do the same thing to a person, you know. And I wanted to tell you guys, oh, it was so nice of the Mechanical Licensing Collective to help out, you know, because I have been working, I'm not going to say, but I have been working on this thing forever. And they finally, they told me before, they was like, you know, it's going to take some time. And, you know, I'm like, okay, but, you know, we really needed the money. And I was hoping that, you know, at least to start collecting on royalties and stuff like that. And it took them forever to put that on, to put royalties on there. And finally, it happened out of clear blue. It just happened. So I don't know how that goes, but we're thankful for that. That's all I really wanted to tell you guys, though. So yeah, the songs that you write and record, They actually can be, your voice will be on the back of them. Just like they turn and put somebody's AI voice over the song that you wrote and recorded. Well, your voice has already been in on the commercials and things like that. They might put somebody else's name on there or whatever, but you guys, that's not the first thing you listen to when you listen to a record. You don't listen to, once you listen to a record, I mean, once you start listening to recordings, you got to listen to it right. You have to realize that you cannot uh, use YouTube's source because a person puts up a song. Because a lot of people, what do you call it? Photoshop their pictures and things like that. Can't nobody see you. I don't see nobody commenting. But hi, if guys, if you just get coming in. But I wanted to tell you guys that yeah, I had to tell you guys that I had forgot I was that young. And I, once you get so busy with life, you just don't know how busy you are, you know. And people take that for granted because I didn't want to grow up in the middle of all these artists competing and all this stuff. I didn't want to grow up in that, you know. You know, if I wanted to record or perform, I'll do that. But I'm not going to be competing with anybody for any kind of performances and making this money. It's not about the money because I did it because that's the way I grew up, in that kind of state. And all I did was took that 9-year-old child and grew and raised her from that age in my music. Okay. So I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. I haven't been on here in a while. And just been trying to get my new house together, which I love it. I'm so relaxed. Can't nobody say they own this, you know. And finally was able to get out of that horrific situation. I mean, those people were harassing me so bad over there. I don't know. I was like, why? I could feel them. You know, I could feel them in the house. Like they were like they were tearing me apart in the house. And they even looked like they were attacking my dog. So I was like, either they're like real what do you call it? Fans, or they're not fans, or they just plain out envious, you know. Anyway, that was the wrong place for me, honey. I had to go. So I wanted to say thanks, y'all. And I hope y'all have a good day. Oh, and I wrote those songs. What did I do with them? I wrote the songs. And but whoa, how about a round of applause? So standing ovation. I copyrighted that song, and then I copyrighted oh no, it's another one. I forgot it. But I did start recording the songs. I did start sitting here and recording all the songs that I had wrote. That's on my song file. You'll see them on my Instagram, Harmony of Easy Recordings and Harmony Bones. Oh, and I wanted to get on that subject, please. You guys, I don't know who this Tasha Williams is. The girl is not related to us. Once again, I'm going to tell you, Bone Thugs and Harmony are my grandmother's grandsons. I mean, my auntie's grandsons, my great aunt. And her brother is my grandfather. So that's my great aunt, their grandmother. I don't know where this lady come out talking about she related to us or she been in the song. They did not do that. They didn't even know me. I came up there and was talking and was dealing with Easy E at the time. They didn't even know me. So I don't know what that woman's problem is, why she keeps saying that, oh, her name, she on this. You are not on nothing with Bone Thugs and Harmony. I can guarantee you. Because it was only by chance that I was there. And anybody on those pictures that are still alive today can tell you that. That was in that studio. The only reason that I'm on there because I was talking to Easy. And he wanted to put a soft touch to it. That's the only reason. Okay? So I wanted to tell you guys, please stop listening to these crackpots that are on YouTube because, honey, they're crazy. All right. Thanks, y'all, for subscribing. Have a